My name's Angela Brown. I'm a director of the regional committee.
I don't know if anyone has heard of this sort of story about two people going camping and one of them spots a bear and he turns to his friend and they're doing up their shoelaces and he sort of looks at him and says, you can't outrun a bear. What are you doing with your shoes? And he was like, I don't need to outrun the bear. I just need to outrun you. And it's that kind of thing that I'm encouraging people to do is you don't have to think about having the best website out there or being the best. It's really good to look at who's around you and who you might be competing with. Obviously, when people are searching for a service, they're probably going to be looking for someone local in some cases. And how Google works is it will show you the local rankings as well based on where you are. And here's another example that we've got here, which I really like. So this one, your features only a call away. And what I like is they've just broken out onto these little shapes here of just make a business progression, build a plan for the future. And those are little tricks and tips that I'd say, just think about what you're trying to get. You're going to want to get a call. So it's easy to put call now, but think about what that person wants and their motivations before they come to you. And this could be a 5-second change and you might get 2 inquiries that.
How often should people be updating their website?
Great. So I'd usually say as many times as possible where you think it's applicable. So don't aim for a certain number of times. If you can calendar out once a quarter to do some kind of big changes, so change the homepage or a specific important service or sector, that's good. But if you want to get good, new, relevant content on it, I'd suggest starting with a blog. And that's going to be great for SEO benefits. It's going to show Google that you're constantly trying to be there for the user. Hopefully it's really useful and relevant to your clients, so you'll be building some trust. And that's a great place to start with not a lot of effort. So once a quarter, if you're going to try and book some time in, but try and do monthly blogs.
Yeah, and I think they're a good place to start. I think when we think about content, sometimes in professional services, we tend to go a bit long form and it gets a bit too unwieldy. And sometimes just sort of 400 words of something really relevant and timely is just as helpful as kind of a longer form evergreen. We don't have to be evergreen all the time. We don't, things can be date stamped. I think seizing the moment sometimes is just as important as, as having something longer form that can sit on the website and be relevant for years.
I agree. Yeah, I think it's sort of a bit like an extension. If people use LinkedIn, you sort of get an idea. I thought oftentimes when I'm in the office, we have a management meeting, and from those conversations, I get really inspired to sort of talk about something. And I think those are really good moments to sort of check in and go, actually, I found that really interesting and engaging. I think there's something valuable. And then just set write 200 words, 500 words, something like that on the piece. And
a great source of stuff like that in terms of ideas and just what you're hearing on the ground is talking to people in business development and just having that constant dialogue and they'll be able to tell you what they're hearing and actually that will create a lot of inspiration as well.